you talked a lot about and written extensively in your book, The Great Divide, about a lot of the positive demographic and economic trends that are benefiting growth here in the West, and particularly in Southern California. And it would seem that a lot of those trends would spur demand for new housing and would require that to be satisfied. With rent control in the picture, how do you see our ability to satisfy that new demand?
First of all, your presentation was really heartwarming. National City is 70% renters and 30% owned. So not much hope there, but in the city of San Diego it's 50-50. And traditionally renters don't come out to vote very much. So the city of San Diego, the odds are fairly decent that we won't get rent control. But when you look around the county and you go in 19 cities, you'll see that several of them have a preponderance of renters. And there's a fairly good chance that going around the county, when National City passes, the other cities will sort of follow. It's not so good. Now, the question is, do we have a housing shortage? Well, we know the answer to that. Sandag says that we need to build 108,000 units in order to achieve a supply-demand equilibrium. Well, right now we're doing about 10,000 a year, and that doesn't even play catch-up. So what we have 40,000 people coming down from Riverside every day. And if you get on the 15 going south in the morning, you'll know that. And then we have about 25,000 who come across from Tijuana every day. And then we have a very large number of multi-generational households where we normally would not have. So that's how we take care of our people. And our problem is that in most metropolitan areas around the country, developers can afford to build B-quality apartments so they can serve the workforce. We can't do that in California because the prices of land and the exactions are so heavy that all we can build is A, which is basically $3 a foot and more. And if you go down now, look at the new product down there, it's going for $3 or $3.50 a square foot. And they're having problems. They're not renting up like they're talking to rent up. And they're starting to get concessions. And that's, we're having to roll back on the existing product down there because people would rather move into a new unit if they could get a couple of months free rent. So the problem is long term. We really can't, there's really no physical way we can ever achieve a supply-demand balance, and the losers are the mid-level. And San Diego Housing Commission has 80,000 people on their Section 8 waiting list. And it's tough, and you can't build them, so we will have a perpetual shortage. And we're not able to replace. What we see is that the metropolitan areas that have really great jobs also have outrageous home prices and outrageous rentals. So if you go to Washington or New York, Boston, Seattle, San Francisco area, Santa Clara County, and even LA and Orange County, the home prices and the rents are very high. And there's no way you can build any B product in any of it.
One of the things that we had talked about was also the effect of rising expenses, not only in construction but also in maintenance and how that would affect our housing stock. Could you talk a little bit about how, let's say, rising maintenance expense is going to affect owners and potentially their cash flow under rent control?
Yeah, well, it's a losing proposition. The way to calculate inflation is not honest. So when they tell us inflation is 2%, it really isn't. It's probably 4%. So if they only allow you to raise your rents by 2%, and we know that our expenses are going up 4 or 5%, the math doesn't work very well for the long term. So that's really the answer.
And so ultimately then, what do you think the effect on that is there?
No question.